Hi everybody, here is your tutorial for how to begin playing the baritone ukulele. I love the baritone ukulele. It's a little bit bigger than, well, this is a tenor ukulele, so not even as tiny as, oh, that one up there, that's a soprano, a little bit smaller. Tenor, baritone, and baritone ukulele kind of looks like a tiny guitar. So the biggest difference about a baritone ukulele from a guitar, right? A guitar has 6 strings, baritone ukulele has 4. The tuning of the baritone ukulele, so the way that the strings are set, is different from a smaller soprano or tenor ukulele. So the tuning of a baritone ukulele is D, G, B, E. Okay? That might sound familiar to you if you play the guitar. Those 4 strings are the same as the top 4 strings of a guitar. Pretty cool. So not the 2 bass strings, right? Which those are called the bottom, which I know is confusing because it's close to your head, but they're the lower ones. So the top 4 strings, right? All 6 of the guitar strings, E, A, D, G, B, E, and then just those 4 top ones, is the same as the baritone ukulele. Pretty cool. So the coolest thing, the biggest benefit about playing the baritone ukulele is that if you start learning the chord shapes in your left hand, C, G, D, those shapes are exactly the same on the guitar. Here's C, here's G, and here's D. But I just removed the ones that I don't have to play. Okay, pretty cool. I'll explain this a little more. It'll make a little more sense shortly. Now, the soprano or the tenor ukulele, the 4 strings, the tuning's a little different. G, C, E, A. Okay, so that means all the chord shapes are gonna be different. Okay, so if you learn the baritone ukulele first, you will not be able to just pick up a soprano or a tenor ukulele. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. But it will make it easy to pick up a guitar once you learn the baritone ukulele. Okay, so we've got our tuning. So make sure you have a tuner or use a tuning app like Guitar Tuna, something like that. And again, you want D, G, B, E. Okay, so once you have your tuning, you're gonna hold it just like you would a ukulele or a guitar. Take your non-dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, because I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna take my left hand, my non-dominant hand, on the neck. Put your thumb on the back of the neck, okay? Now, sometimes it's okay if you hold it up here to make your chords, but you really want to get into the habit of putting your thumb on the back of the neck, just because then it's easier to move your hand around. It's not as easy up there, right? When you strum, there's a couple different ways you can strum. I usually strum the ukulele with my index finger, with the fingernail of my index finger. But because the baritone ukulele is a little bigger than the soprano or the tenor, you can use your thumb down up. I sometimes end up just using all my fingers. I use my middle fingers going down and my thumb going up, like that. You can also use a pick. I wouldn't recommend a regular plastic guitar pick because I think that the baritone ukulele is a little too delicate for that. But you can get a felt ukulele pick. Let's see if we can get that in focus. Just online or at any of your local music stores. Right, just holding it between my thumb and my finger. Okay, so if that's your cup of tea, you can do that. And now the neck, the head, neck, right? The head and the neck are about at 2 p.m. If I were a clock, they're at about 2 p.m. And I'm just using my bicep, my mighty string player bicep, to hold the ukulele. You can also put your knee up, right? and you can rest it on your knee. You can also get a strap that hangs right in the sound hole from your neck if it's not comfortable for you. If you find yourself getting arm pain or wrist sensitivity, you're using brand new muscles, okay? So that could happen. Maybe if you've been practicing a lot, you could get some soreness in your fingers or your wrists. If it starts to aggravate maybe something that used to happen, a health issue in your arms or your hands, take care of yourself and definitely be gentle, and don't overplay. Maybe do some wrist warm-ups like that. Those are really good. Right, warming up your wrists, stretching your arms and your back, different things like that, and giving yourself a little massage. If you're new to the ukulele, those will be some good things to do. Okay, so a couple of chord shapes we're gonna make, and then you've got some good basics. So the very first thing you're gonna do is you are going to take your index finger, right? So sometimes I'll call these fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we don't use 4 a whole lot. 1, 2, and 3. We've got the strings, which I'm gonna call 1, 2, 3, and 4. String 1, closest to your toe, the highest string. 4, closest to your head, the lowest string. And then we've got the frets, which is the space between the middle bars. Fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, and fret 4. So the first thing you're gonna do is take your pointer finger, put it on string 2, fret 1, which should sound like this. If you just play string 2 with your index finger pressed on fret 1. Okay? Now you could move that up. Right? See how I'm between the metal bars? If I were on the metal bars, not as crisp, right? So that's probably the first issue. Also, when I'm pushing the string, there's space in my hand, right? You can like make a telescope and look through it. So you want to make sure that there's space. Okay, so that's our very first chord. That's all we need. Now you're not going to play the lowest string, the string closest to your head. You're not going to play string 4. You're going to play strings 3, 2, and 1. And that's our C chord. So we can do a lot of songs with this. We can do row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. There you go. That is our simplified C chord. If you want to make the full C chord, do that exact same shape. That is string 2, fret 1. Then also add your middle finger all the way over to string 4, fret 2. Now you can play that string. Okay, and again, see how my hand is in this shape, right? Not that shape, but that shape, so that there's lots of space between. Okay, so there's our full C chord. So you could do either simplified, but don't play the 4th string, or add your middle finger. Now you can play the 4th string. If you accidentally play the 4th string, it's okay, but see, it's a different chord. Little different. Okay, the second chord we're gonna do is G. For G, we need our ring finger, finger 3, and you're gonna put it on string 1, fret 3. String 1, fret 3, it should sound like this. You can play all 4 strings for this one. Right? So now we've got our G chord. Cool fact about row, row, row your boat, you can play it on any key. So now we can do row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. All right. And now remember, we've got our simplified C chord. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. All right. Now, with C and G, we can start playing some 2-chord songs. So the first one we're going to do is that classic, The More We Get Together. So we start on our simplified C chord, or the full C chord. Okay? And we're going to go down like this. The more we get together, together. Ah, we had a chord change, right? Did you hear where it was? So that was over to G. Let's try from the beginning. The more we get together, together, to, back over to C, together, the more a couple songs that you can get started with, and I hope you keep on practicing. If you're having trouble going from chord to chord in the left hand, you're doing everything right. That's totally, totally normal. If you are a left-handed player, you swap everything over, and your strings are going to have to go in a different direction. It's a whole thing. You'll have to I would say give a call to someone in a music store to help you restring, but then you can play everything exactly the same. You can make those exact same chord shapes, and it should work a-okay for you if you're left-handed. All right, that's all for today. Thanks so much. Bye.